guys, first things first, I have to apologize to the guys at Whoop because probably 3/4 of that last video I called them Woot for some reason. It's Whoop. And this is my review of the first day of using Whoop. Second, I know I complained this thing was too heavy. It's not heavy. Actually, comparing it now, it's actually lighter than the Apple Watch I'm wearing. Now, the reason behind it is the band was way too tight, and they don't really give you very good instructions about how to put in the band. You just put it on and whatever. And last night I watched a couple of YouTube videos, played around with it because it was really just felt heavy on my hand, and it was just too tight. And it was pushing on those nerves back there, and when anything pushes on those nerves, it is gonna feel as heavy as the tank on your arm. But as soon as I loosened the strap up a little bit, problem went away. So it was just a tight band, and you can see right now I can get my finger underneath it, and that's about as tight as you need the Whoop band. And the battery has been absolutely amazing today. I've had it on all day, and I've used about 5% battery. Now for my initial review of this guy. It is not an entry level device. If you want an entry level device, if you want to get motivated, if you want to get to the gym, use an Apple Watch. An Apple Watch is going to nag you all the time, constantly, about your move ring, your exercise ring, not closing, your rings and all that kind of stuff. It's going to bug you constantly about this stuff. This won't bug you. The Whoop provides, let's say, additional fitness data to a fitness enthusiast. If you're not a fitness enthusiast yet, if you don't go to the gym regularly, the Whoop is a waste of time. It's just going to sit on your wrist. It's not going to bug you. It's not going to harass you about things like the Apple Watch does. The Apple Watch is going to nag you all the time about, hey, 100 more calories and you can close your move ring, or 10 more minutes and you can close your exercise ring. It's going to constantly be in your face about that stuff, which is really good if you're just getting into fitness. If you've been into fitness for a while, like me, it's pretty darn useless because I said in the last video is that you can't work out every day. This guy, the Whoop, is going to tell you if you can't work out on a particular day and you need to take it easy on a particular day. The Apple Watch isn't going to do that. The Apple Watch is going to kick your butt and force you to work out every single day and close that gosh darn move ring. Unless, of course, you set a move ring schedule, which some people can these days on the latest iOS, but most people don't. And because of that, most people actually seem to ignore their move rings. Just look around at the person next to you with an Apple Watch on. I bet you they haven't got anywhere near to closing their move ring or their exercise ring on a particular day because they get bugged so much they don't really take it seriously. So, you know, that's the Apple Watch for you. But the Whoop, it's a completely different thing. It is not a fitness tracker. It is not a fitness motivator. It is what I would call a fitness data provider. So let's take a look at some of the data I got today. First thing it hits me is my sleep performance is only 85%. I slept for 6 hours, 47 minutes. Had a couple of workouts in. Those are strain levels for the workouts, the gym and the walking. And it's recommending I get to bed early at 8 o'clock tonight. You can see up there. Then I have some heart data down there. So let's take a look at why, I need to go to bed at 8 o'clock tonight rather than my usual 9 o'clock. Jump over to the sleep performance screen. You can see 85% sleep performance. Didn't get all my sleep in tonight. And then you can look at the sleep efficiency, more details, a lot of information on your sleep actually. So you can see what it's trying to do. It's trying to make up for yesterday, and it's trying to make up for today's workouts as well, and help me recover from those. Now the interesting thing is you don't get all your data right away. That's just the first day of data, because there are various boundaries you cross with a Woot as you use the device more and more and you keep it on your body 24/7, 365. The device is going to get more data. The AI system is going to get more data and it's going to make better health related decisions based on the data it gets. So right now I have a very minimal set of data. Now if you look in the app, after about 3 days, it's going to give me even more recommendations. And then after 20 days, it is going to give me my basically my Woot age, my biological age that Woot thinks I am. And that's a good touch point to look forward to. Is like, okay, what's my Woot age going to be? Is it going to be less than 51? I hope it is. Or is it going to be higher than 51? If it's higher than 51, I got some health issues going on. If it's lower than 51, I'm doing good. If it's 10 years lower than 51, I'm doing absolutely awesome. It's basically my biological age, what age my body thinks it is, based on the way it's acting and the data Woot's getting back. So hopefully in 20 days I'll have some good news and it'll at least be probably a couple of years younger than the grand old goat age of 51. We'll see. There are a few things I've discovered that don't work too well with the Whoop right now. First one is the AI integration. So the AI integration, it's Chat GPT based. So you can ask it a question on your health data. It can go out there and it can grab your health data from the app and it can talk to you like a human being about your health data. What it can't do is write changes back up to the app. So if you say, hey, design me a workout routine 5 days a week with weekends off, that's what I told it to do. It gave me this great workout routine, which looked very professional and everything else. Then I said, okay, save it to the app. I said, oh, sorry, I can't save it to the app. And it gave me a bunch of instructions on how to manually enter this into the app. And that's probably not a good way to go. It'd be really awesome if it had bi-directional communication. And when you're chatting in the AI tool inside the app, it would actually send things back to the app so you can actually design a workout plan in AI and send it back to the app. I'm sure that's coming fairly soon, but the AI system is very impressive for answering your health questions, let's say, but it's not very impressive sending data back to the app to change settings and design workout plans and stuff like that. I would say it's been a good first day. I don't even really notice it on my wrist anymore. It's very lightweight. It's very efficient. I haven't noticed any problems with the iPhone battery draining. These are things people have complained about in the past. I haven't seen any issues like that. The device itself is very battery efficient. I'm not going to have to use my battery pack for a while. The general advice on the battery packs are if your Whoop battery goes below 50%, you just slap the battery pack on there for a little bit and recharge up to like 70 to 90% basically. But I won't have to do that for a while. Right out of the box, it was at 64%. It's only down to about 59% today, so it's going to be probably another day before I have to charge it. And I think I'll just charge it in bed. I don't want to, walk around with this thing on my wrist. It may make me look like I'm, the inmate release program or something. So I'll probably leave the battery pack off when I'm out and about and just have the Woot there. But it has been a very good day. I love the amount of data that's coming back, and the best thing about it is that the more I sleep, the more data is going to come back. So I think it's going to be interesting what we see over the next 3 days. In 3 days' time, there's going to be a lot of extra data coming back based on my health, which is going to be very interesting. And in 20 days' time, all the data is going to be back. There is one gotcha. I didn't mention this yesterday. So when you're setting it up in the app, it asks you for credit card information. Now, I just paid $359 for this yesterday. It's asking you for credit card information to renew your subscription in a year, which is pretty darn sneaky. Whoop it is, because we all know how that goes. You've signed up for something. Do you know what subscriptions you signed up for a year ago? I have no darn clue what I signed up for a year ago. So I know what's going to happen to a lot of people who get these is that they're going to be going on a happy way. They're going to forget they subscribe to Whoop. And all of a sudden, holy smokes, $359 is missing from my checking account. Whoop, whoop, why have you taken 350? Oh, it's a renewal. Ah, yeah, they had a right to take it. You signed up. And when you're in the wow phase, setting up the app, you just type in a credit card number and boom, it's saved out there in Ether. And in about 12 months' time, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be like one of those sneaky Amazon or iCloud bills that gets you in the middle of the night. Well, this is going to really hit you over the head, $359 missing out of your checking account. I think the better idea would be to maybe just turn a lot of the features off when it comes to renewal time and say, hey, dude, if you want these features back, just give us your credit card information rather than storing your credit card information for a year, which is kind of iffy anyway with the state of cybersecurity these days. But storing your credit card number with some provider for a year, hoping they don't get exposed to a data breach, and then even if nothing bad happens, you get stung in a year's time anyway because you don't really realize it's coming. Hopefully, they send an email out or something before. But then, the amount of junk mail we get these days, you probably just hit delete and they ignore it, shall we say. So, that's a sneaky move, making you sign your renewal, shall we say, or provide your renewal information a year ahead of time. That's kind of sneaky whoop. I mentioned yesterday that I thought it'd be a good idea for seniors to use this device. Not unless grandma's lifting weights and throwing dumbbells around. No, I did actually think that was a good idea because it's a device. It doesn't have a screen on it. It's very easy to use. You can't mess it up really, and it would be awesome if you could give these to seniors, and then you could have constant monitoring of your mother or your grandmother or something, and you could see if her heart rate was off or if her blood oxygen was off or if she failed an AFib test or something like that. It'd be absolutely amazing if the app would do that. But at least from what I see, the app is 100% tailored to fitness fanatics and working out and strength training and cardio training and that kind of stuff. I think that these guys at Whoop are missing out on a huge market here. You could use the same hardware, but you could use different software for the senior community that lives on their own or lives at a distance and they need constant monitoring. And then the relatives can just log into a website and see how grandma's doing remotely and obviously check her vitals and get alerts if something's a little off, if her blood oxygen tanks or if she starts having some AFib readings or any of that stuff. They could jump on this early rather than dragging her off to the doctor all the time or putting her on one of those pulse oximeters or any of that kind of stuff. They could have constant monitoring of their loved ones, and I think that would be awesome if Whoop would do that because it's a big problem these days, and the hardware is already here. Basically, this can do everything you need. It's just write a different app, guys. So you'd have just a regular fitness fanatic app for people like me, and then you would have the senior app for people who are later in their years and they need alerts their loved ones if something's going awry with their medical stuff. So I think that's a good way in which they could use this product, and definitely a lot of people are gonna not even question paying the $350 for that. That's definite. But for us fitness guys, I would say if you need the data and if you love the data, then yeah, the $350 a month or whatever is worth it. If you're just getting started, if you haven't been to the gym in a while, that kind of stuff, you're going to be overloaded with data. And it's not going to motivate you. It's just going to be a fancy piece of jewelry with a subscription fee on your wrist. So for the fitness guys, the Apple Watch is a great starting point. After you're consistent, and maybe you're consistent for about 6 months, then you can go over to one of these fitness bands that gives you far more data because, like I said, You don't have to work out every day. In fact, it is not beneficial to work out every day. The data from this will tell you if you should be working out every day or if you need to take a break once in a while, if you're pushing your limits too hard. This is going to tell you. The Apple Watch is not going to tell you. The Apple Watch did not tell me last night that I had a terrible night's sleep. Whoop did. Whoop told me that I had a terrible night's sleep last night. Apple Watch couldn't care less. It was going to keep the same 9 o'clock bedtime. So if you're training and if you're serious about training, definitely I would say get a Whoop. So when my 3 days of data comes in about 2 days, I'm gonna give you guys another update then, and we'll see how this goes.